Tip-off coming your way. Donovan Hill jumps too early, and Lock Haven will win possession. This is Isaiah Stewart. He scored 23 points in their first game. A three-pointer on the way. Air ball. Donovan Hill gets the rebound. Gets it over to Timmy Connor. The Raiders had 6 players in double figures against Lock Haven. Bald Eagles had 5. Jaden Smith gets the layup to go. The first points of our second game. Moving down the court quickly, Lock Haven. Eli Washington fakes a handoff. Gets it to Bryson Scott. Kevin Coleman. Stewart. Open three for Blake Deegan. Doesn't knock it down. Rebound, though, for Eli Washington. Another three on the way. Knocks it down is Isaiah Stewart. Quick early game scoring here. Trey Martin. Remember Donovan Hill. Jaden Smith. Jaden double teamed. Gets it off of a Lock Haven defender. Will stay with the Raiders. Head coach for the Raiders is Chris Fight. He's in his 12th year at Shippensburg. Assistant coach is Jaron Gumby. 11th year at SU. Timmy Connor with the jumper. Knocks it down. 4-3 Raiders. Familiar face, too, for Coach Fight over on the Bald Eagle side. As head coach is Mike Nestor in his 13th season with the Bald Eagles. Graduated from Shippensburg in 1999. His assistant coach is Brian Oleksiak, also in his 13th season. Both players, coaches from Shippensburg. So a little bit of a homecoming for them. Marcus Frank to Hill. Trey Martin driving into the paint. Gets the layup. No good. Deegan gets the rebound. Open three for Kevin Coleman. Knocks it down. Lock Haven is firing away from behind the arc, as all of their shot attempts today have been from beyond the perimeter, hitting 2 of 5. Jaden Smith will take a three of his own. No good. Rebound, Scott. Eli Washington driving in against Timmy Connor. Foul's called. First foul on Timmy Connor, first of the game. Eli Washington at the charity stripe for 2. It's the first. And the second. Lock Haven up 8-4 quickly here in 2.5 minutes. Jaden Smith into Hill. Tried to get it to Hill, but Washington's able to intercept and gets the steal. Foul's called on Donovan Hill. This is a pivotal game as well for both teams. Lock Haven sitting at 5th in the PSAC East, 8-7 in conference. Shippensburg's in a tie for 6th place right now with Mansfield and Bloomsburg. And that final spot is the important spot that we're going to be watching in the last couple weeks of the season. Scott over to Washington. 10 to shoot. Washington off balance. Almost gets it to go, but Donovan Hill gets the board. Over to Marcus Frank. Do-it-all wonder for the Raiders is no good on his layup. Scott gets the rebound. Drives in, gets it over to Deegan. Open three. Another one knocks down. Quick timeout by Coach Fight as we see the Bald Eagles up 11-4. Will be a 30-second timeout. It's been a 8-0 run over the last 80 seconds, scoring drought of nearly 2 minutes for the Raiders. And once again, the story so far is Lock Haven is firing away from behind the arc. Shooting a good 50% right now, but again, 3 of 6. They've only had one shot that has not come from behind the arc. Across the conference, Westchester and Mansfield has already gone final. Westchester Golden Rams win 84-76 over the Mountaineers. Improves Westchester up to 19-4, 14-2 in the PSAC East. Mansfield down to 7-16, 4-12 in conference, and that keeps them in 6th place right now. So this would be a huge game for the Raiders to try and pick themselves up. Jaden Smith takes the 3. Air ball. Eli Washington with the board. Drives it down. We'll back up. Set the offense. Washington to Coleman. To Deegan. Back to Coleman. Trying to work into the paint against Donovan Hill. Layup is no good. Marcus Frank gets the board. Timmy Connor gets it to Hill. He'll take the 3. No good. Trying to be a hustle play for Frank in Smith on the offensive board. Is not able to get it as Deegan gets an easy layup. Deegan's a redshirt freshman from Malvern, PA. Balanced scoring effort so far for the Bald Eagles. Jaden Smith to Hill. Into Timmy Connor in the paint. Driving in. Layup's no good. Board by Kevin Coleman. Now a 13-2 run over the last 3.5 minutes for Lock Haven. And that floater is good by Isaiah Stewart. Raiders need to find the net in a hurry. Oh, their last 6 from the floor. Scoring drought of almost 4 minutes now. This is also in part of a 12-0 run for Lock Haven over the last 3 minutes, and then a 15-2 run over the last 4. Donovan Hill almost got the layup, but it bounces out, but he gets the foul call. Is on number 11, Kevin Coleman, and that will head us into our first media timeout. 14:37 left in the first half. Bald Eagles have a commanding lead right now, 15-4 over the Raiders. We'll be back after a quick break here on the PSAC Sports Digital Network.
The PSAC Digital Network is on the cutting edge of live event production and streaming. Every season, the PSAC Digital Network features nearly 2,000 contests and over 1 million unique viewers and over 26 million minutes watched of thrilling PSAC competition, including 22 PSAC championship tournaments and events. Since its beginning in the 2017-18 season, the PSAC Digital Network has continued to grow its viewership and improve its quality every year in order to capture exciting highlights, captivating moments, and the championship experience that only the PSAC can offer. All 17 PSAC member institutions have complete cost-free online portals that makes tuning in to your favorite teams just one click away. Find it all on the web at PSACSportsDigitalNetwork.com.
Back at Highgates Fieldhouse, getting ready to resume play after their first media timeout. If you're just tuning in, Lock Haven commanding start so far. 15-2 run over the last 4.5 minutes after the first field goal was made by Jaden Smith. Donovan Hill will try and snap that streak. Misses the first free throw. So the run continues right now for Lock Haven as Hill gets ready for his second. Misses the second. Gets the offensive board though. Gets it over to Trey Martin. Will take the 3. Will not knock it down. I was ready to say he knocked it down. Believe Bryson Scott got that rebound. Gets it over to Washington. Isaiah Stewart. Euro step attempt on Trey Martin. It's no good. Jaden Smith has subbed into the game for the Raiders. Finds Bowie. Jalen Bowie, my apologies. Denzel Figueroa is also subbed into the game. Figueroa working into the paint, loses it, foul's called. Foul's on Stewart. 6'0 guard, senior from Madison, Wisconsin. Figueroa with 2 shots at the line. Knocks down the first, and that snaps the 12-0 run that Lock Haven has had. Now that you're finding the bucket, though, you got to find a way to start creeping back into this game a little bit. Down 10. Figueroa misses a second. Washington gets the board. "17-footers, no good by Scott. Marcus Frank gets the board. Marcus Frank trying to drive in. Layup's no good. Figueroa. So offensive board, no good. Isaiah Stewart gets the offensive board, but a steal. Marcus Frank trying to find the bucket. He does. First field goal in nearly 5 minutes for the Raiders. Now down 8. Raiders are only shooting 25% right now. Lock Haven shooting 41%. Defensive stop for the Raiders, though, gives them a chance to cut into this lead a little bit more. Jalen Bowie trying to work on Washington. Driving in, gets it out to Donovan Hill. Over to Martin. Drives in, tries to get it to Bowie. It stays in, 10 to shoot. Donovan Hill, no charge. Board. Let's give him to Scott. Looks like a foul was called on Figueroa. Third foul on the Raiders. 2 fouls for Lock Haven. Number 13, Dylan Scott, into the game for the Bald Eagles. Same with number 30, Gabe Springer. Number 1, Laquan Bird as well. Washington loses the handle. Figueroa gets credited for the steal. Jalen Bowie takes the jumper. In and out. Springer gets the defensive rebound. And Raiders are just struggling to find the net right now. Open 3 for Dylan Scott is knocked in. Now an 18-7 lead for the Bald Eagles. Jalen Bowie. Over to Trey Martin. Donovan Hill. Jalen Bowie trying to work into the paint. Oh, no good. Donovan Hill tries to get the offensive board. Loses the grip. We've hit our next media timeout. Lock Haven extending the lead a little bit more, 18-7. We'll be back here after this on the PSAC Digital Network.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Back here at Haggis Fieldhouse, The game's going on in the East. East Stroudsburg and Millersville has reached halftime. ESU is up 44-33 over the Marauders. Shepherd and Bloom has also gotten underway. Shepherd leads 3-0 early on. Our score here, once again, if you're just tuning in, 18-7, 11:32 to go in the first half. It has been all Lock Haven pretty much after the Raiders got the first bucket to fall. Lock Haven has found 4 trays to Shippensburg's 0. Jalen Bowie deflection will be credited for a steal and a turnover for the Bald Eagles. Now need to find a way to get a bucket. Donovan Hill driving in. Blocking foul. Lock Haven bench wanted to charge. They will not get it. It was on 13, Dylan Scott. Donovan Hill will head back to the stripe for 2. He missed his first 2 earlier in the game. Another scoring drought of nearly 2 minutes for the Raiders. Donovan Hill's first. On the way. Makes it a 10-point game. Knocks down the second one after a little bit of bouncing at the rim. Now makes it a 9-point game. And could be what Doctor ordered for the Raiders. Coach Nestor wanted a foul. It's not called. Scott's shot gets blocked by Figueroa. Ball is up in the air. Connor gets it. Gets the board. Over to Figueroa. Hill. His layup's good. Raiders are slowly heating up here at Haggis Fieldhouse. 7-point game. Stewart over to Idris Ali, who's also checked into the game. Open look for Bird. No good. Figueroa gets the board. Number 1, Laquan Bird, freshman from Philadelphia, PA for the Bald Eagles. Donovan Hill loses the grip on the ball. Another turnover for the Raiders. Isaiah Stewart, layup, no good. Jaden Smith gets the board. 2-on-1. Donovan Hill slams it in. 18-13, 5-point game. Donovan Hill up to 6 points. Now a 5-point game. Raiders are crawling back into this one. Idris Ali to Stewart. Springer. Isaiah Stewart trying to work on Figueroa. No good. Ali takes an open 3. It's no good. Bowie gets the rebound. Trying to push the pace. Donovan Hill loses the ball. Will be Lock Haven. You see on your screens a slam dunk. It's knocked down. Head back to the court in time right now. Ali. Over to Stewart. Receives 2 screens. Working against Hill now. Gets the one-handed layup to go. It was a great nifty move by Stewart as well. Being able to work around Hill and gets the one-handed layup with the hand underneath. Figueroa trying to work into the paint. Gets the layup to go. Figueroa was working on Dylan Scott. Keeps it a 5-point game. Scott takes an open 3, no good. Bowie gets the defensive board. Running into the paint. No good. Looks like it'll stay with the Raiders. Mike Nouse comes into the game. Checking in for Stewart. 8:18 to go in the first quarter, or first half. 24 to shoot. Timmy Connor has an open three. Knocks it down. We have a 2-point game here at Highest Fieldhouse. Raiders are 4 of their last 5 from the floor. They have woken up from their slumber. Bird driving in. Gets the layup to go. Trying to quiet down this Raider offense. Hill to Figueroa. Back to Connor. Takes another three. Bounces up and no good. Springer gets the defensive rebound. They're going to get called for a turnover. Backcourt violation. It looked like they were trying to get it over to Ali, but the officials say that he's in the backcourt when he received the pass. We'll head back to the Raiders. Under 8 media timeout. Lock Haven's now only up 4. Raiders are starting to wake up here on the PSAC Sports Digital Network.
When we first found out we were pregnant with twins, we were both super excited to start this journey. At 16 weeks, we learned that one of our babies may not survive. One was swimming in a pool of fluid and one had no fluid, which was putting their survival at risk. The team at UPMC cared for our girls even before they arrived. I'm so happy to have 2 beautiful, healthy baby girls. We didn't choose to have twin-to-twin transfusion, but we did choose UPMC.
Welcome back. Media timeout. It was a very close backcourt violation that was called. From second look, it probably could have been played on, but officials' jurisdiction believed that it was a backcourt violation, so we'll stay that way and we'll be Raider ball. Will be Donovan Hill. Inbounding the ball into Bowie. After a slow start by the Raiders, they're now up to a 33% shooting on the day. Lock Haven is cooled down considerably. They're down to 38%. Figueroa tried to handle a pass from Bowie, but is unable to. Another turnover. Ali over to Nouse. Will be another turnover for Lock Haven. Will be their 5th turnover. Shippensburg only has 4. Smith. Donovan Hill. So Timmy Connor takes the 3. No good. Ali has an advantage right now. Stripped away by Bowie. Gets a steal. Drives back down into this side of the court. Timmy Connor with the floater. No good. Knocked out by Figueroa. Lock gave the ball. 6:28 to go in the first half. Kevin Coleman has entered the game again. Deflection by the Raiders. Almost was another turnover by Lock Haven, but Timmy Connor was trying to corral it over here by the scorer's table. Was unable to. We'll stay with Lock Haven. Eli Washington has returned into the game. Receives the pass. Blake Deegan as well has re-entered the game. Nifty moves by Washington. Gets a mismatch. Eli Washington gets it all the way to go. Gets the layup good. 4 points for him now. Timmy Connor to Donovan Hill. Jaden Smith trying to drive in. Knocks the layup in. Keeps it a 4-point game. Now guarded by Connor. Into Washington. Figueroa is called for the foul. Will be his first. Team's fourth. Lockhaven has 3 fouls. Both teams not really in foul trouble right now. Both teams also have a couple fouls to get before we get into free throw shooting as well. Blake Deegan gets the inbounds. Eli Washington working against Bowie. Blocked by Figueroa. 8 to shoot for Lockhaven. Eli Washington driving in. Bird with the jumper. Knocks it in as the horn sounds. Lockhaven avoids the shot clock violation. Makes it a 6-point game. Jalen Bowie to Jaden Smith. Bad pass by Smith. Gets knocked out. Another turnover for the Raiders. Isaiah Stewart coming back into the game. Lockhaven was able to get out to an early lead, 18-7, and ever since the Raiders have been slowly trying to creep back in, but Lockhaven has kept them at an arm's length away. Isaiah Stewart driving in, working on Timmy Connor. Jumper, foul called. Looked like it was clean at first, but official calls the block, the slap it looked like on Connor. Will be his second, so he'll likely check out. Stewart will take 2 from the charity stripe. Knocks the first one down. Lockhaven shooting a crisp 70% from the charity stripe. Good for 12th in the conference. Raiders shooting 67.7%. Stewart knocks down the second. Free throw shooting has been a little bit of a weakness for the Raiders this season. Marcus Frank did check in for Timmy Connor. Bowie trying to get that into Figueroa, but he's guarded by 2 players, is not able to. Clean play. Results in a turnover for Lockhaven. Coach Fight, I should say. Cooley grabbed the ball before it rolled out of bounds too far. Jalen Bowie. Into Donovan Hill. Back to Bowie. Receives the screen. Trying to drive in. Contested jumper is no good. Figueroa with the offensive board. Foul's called. That is on Blake Deegan. Foul. 4th foul on Lockhaven, and Leaf hit the last media timeout in the first half. Lockhaven has responded slightly. Back up to an 8-point lead, 28-20. Here on the PSAC Sports Digital Network. We'll be right back.
The PSAC Digital Network is on the cutting edge of live event production and streaming. Every season, the PSAC Digital Network features nearly 2,000 contests and over 1 million unique viewers and over 26 million minutes watched of thrilling PSAC competition, including 22 PSAC championship tournaments and events. Since its beginning in the 2017-18 season, the PSAC Digital Network has continued to grow its viewership and improve its quality every year in order to capture exciting highlights, captivating moments, and the championship experience that only the PSAC can offer. All 17 PSAC member institutions have complete cost-free online portals that makes tuning in to your favorite teams just one click away. Find it all on the web at PSACSportsDigitalNetwork.com.
Megan Higgins Fieldhouse. We will not be headed to commercial break for the rest of the first half. No more media timeouts. For our baseball enthusiasts that are tuning in today, Shippensburg is handing it to Catawba right now, up 12-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Kind of a shocking result so far, as Catawba is ranked number 3 in Division II, so could be a strong Raider team this year. Figueroa at the line. Misses the first, bounced off of the front of the rim and rolled out to the side. Again, free throw shooting has not been kind to the Raiders this season, only at 67%. And that's a second miss by Figueroa. Again, the free throw shooting woes are just continuing so far. Four starters are back on the court for Lock Haven. As Kevin Coleman gets the layup to go in. Makes it a 10-point game. After the Raiders had responded, they got it down to a 4-point game. The Bald Eagles have been able to get it back to a 10-point game. Marcus Frank takes the three, knocks it down. Snaps a 6-0 run over the last 90 seconds that Bald Eagles have had. Also snaps the 2-minute scoring drought the Raiders had previously had before that three. Isaiah Stewart receives the screen and gets it over to Deegan. Has an open three, is not able to get it, but Washington comes barreling in, gets an offensive board. And then Bowie overcommitted, trying to get the swipe. Gives Kevin Coleman an easy layup. Extends the lead back to 9. Figueroa trying to motion. Jaden Smith will take a three. He'll knock it down. 2 straight threes for Shippensburg. Trying to cut back into this Bald Eagle lead once again. Washington to Stewart. That was over to Laquan Bird, but gets called, I believe, for the travel. Will be a turnover for the Bald Eagles. Bryson Scott coming back into the game for the Bald Eagles. Raiders now have a chance to make it a one-possession game. 36-22, Marcus Franks. He can do everything. He gets a layup as he's headed out of bounds. Makes it 32-28. And a full court pass. Gets into Kevin Coleman, but hits it off of Figueroa to keep it with Lock Haven. Raiders at 3 of their last 3 from the 4. Gets that into Blake Deegan. Over to Washington. Trying to fake out Figueroa. He does not succeed. Over to Coleman. Loses the handle. Jumper over Frank is no good. Gets an open shot. Stewart knocks down into 3. Offensive board bounced around. Found his way into Isaiah Stewart's hands. Gets an open look at 3. Says, might as well take it. Knocks it down. Makes it a 7-point game. Donovan Hill tried to get that over. Blake Deegan over into Figueroa, but it's knocked out of bounds. 19 on the shot clock, 1:14 in the game clock. Bowie will inbound the ball. I'll send that into Frank, top of the key. Frank's jumper bounces in and out. Eli Washington had the handle, gets called for the foul on Marcus Frank. Second on Frank, 6th team foul, so Raiders do not have any more fouls to give. Otherwise, they'll put Lock Haven in the bonus. Trey Martin comes back into the game with Marcus Frank in foul trouble now with 2. 1 minute remaining in the game, or the first half, I should say. We'll stay with Lock Haven. Washington to inbound. Gets it into Coleman. He's trying to get it back to Washington, but Bowie did a good job of snuffing that out. Does find its way to Washington now. 10 to shoot. Receives the screen from Coleman. Bryson Scott driving in. Layups in and out, but he gets his own miss. Foul's called on Figueroa. And that is now Figueroa's second. 7th foul. Believe that was a shooting foul, so he will shoot 2. Jackson Boone is getting ready to check in for the Raiders, presumably to sub in for Figueroa. Scott knocks down the first. And that is Boone for Figueroa. 41 seconds to go. Lock Haven has been perfect from the line so far, 5 of 5. Number 6. We saw this in the women's game earlier. Lock Haven was 15 of 16 from the line. Very efficient day from the charity stripe. Helped contribute to their win over the Raiders. So far, Lock Haven has been doing that in this game as well. Bryson Scott gets called for a hold. His first. Team 5th foul. So they have a foul to give on the Raiders before they enter the bonus. Donovan Hill will receive the pass at the top of the key. Bowie working against Washington. Washington, great defense. Not allowing Bowie to get in. Donovan Hill was trying to get that over to Trey Martin, and it hits the backboard and bounces up onto the shot clock. Ends up being a turnover. Lock Haven will receive the ball. 30-second timeout. It's taken by Lock Haven. It's been a 9-point lead right now for Lock Haven. They're shooting 41, nearly 42% from the floor, nearly 42% again from behind the arc. Raiders, on the other hand, 37.9% from the floor, 33% from 3. But big story right now is, again, the threes, 2 more threes that Lock Haven has hit, but then they are perfect from the line, 6 of 6, while the Raiders are only 3 of 8. And their free throw shooting woes are continuing today. It has plagued them all season, and they're trying to find an answer to it. So far, they have not been able to do that. 15 to shoot. The game clock. Lock Haven will likely hold on to the ball for the final shot of the first half. Coleman. Stewart back out to Coleman. Bryson Scott gets a look. Knocks it down. Bryson Scott. Kevin Coleman found the opening. Gets it to Bryson Scott over at ESU. They have really pulled away from Millersville. They're up 85-58 with 4 minutes left to go in that game. ESU is sitting at number 2 in the conference at 10-4 in the Eastern Division and 16-5. As we begin our game here, once again, Timmy Connor has the ball. Back to Jaden Smith. All the starters are back for both teams. Deep 2. Trey Martin knocks down. Pretty much a similar start. Jaden Smith got the first bucket of the game. Up 2-0. Now, Trey Martin gets an early bucket. Starts the scoring here in the second half. Marcus Frank does a great job deflecting that pass. Gets it into Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith will get the steal. Timmy Connor takes a 3, knocks it in. Just like that, the Raiders, 5 quick points in about 40 seconds of game action, have quickly made this only a 7-point lead for the Bald Eagles. Eli Washington driving in. Gets an easy bucket. Faked out Timmy Connor. Trey Martin tried to get the defense in. Layup is still good. Jaden Smith. Over to Donovan Hill. Timmy. Connor drives in. Jaden Smith open from 3. No good. Tried to get his no miss. Washington got the board, and Smith ends up fouling him. That is his first foul of the afternoon. Frank and Connor both have 2 fouls right now, and there's something that we'll have to keep an eye out for in this second half. A little bit of foul trouble inside for SU. We saw Jackson Boone at the end of the first half for the Raiders. We might see him again if foul trouble can persist for the Raiders. Eli Washington's 3 is no good. Donovan Hill gets the rebound. Sends it off to Frank. Drives in. Is blocked by Scott. Will stay with the Raiders. Timmy Connor will inbound the ball. Gets it to Smith. Over to Trey Martin. Donovan Hill takes the jumper. Knocks down the 3. Raiders have hit 2 early 3s in the second half. They've already almost matched their first half total in only 2 minutes. 6-point lead for Lockhaven. Eli Washington to Scott to Coleman. Drives in, gets the layup to go. Size advantage in the paint. Coleman 6'9" over Trey Martin, who's 6'2". Easily half a foot advantage over there. Trey Martin gets it into Frank. Double teamed. Gets it out to Donovan Hill. He'll take a 3. No good. Timmy Connor gets the offensive board. He'll take a jumper. No good. Coleman gets the rebound. Isaiah Stewart driving in on Smith. Layup's no good. Foul's called. That's Smith's second. Second foul on the Raiders. He's picked up both fouls here. First 3 minutes of action. Isaiah Stewart will head to the line. He's leading the Bald Eagles in scoring, leading both teams in scoring at 12 points. Eli Washington leading the Bald Eagles in rebounds and assists. He has 5 boards, 4 assists. Stewart knocks down the first. Again, something to note, Bald Eagles have been perfect from the line so far, and now 7-7. Stewart will look to make it 8. He does. 10-point lead. Connor to Frank. Back to Frank. Gets it into Donovan Hill inside the paint. Donovan Hill's jumper's no good. He gets his own miss. Foul's called. Hand to the face. That is on Eli Washington. That is his first foul of the day. Trey Martin to Smith. Trey Martin thought about the 3. Will decide to drive in instead. Gets a clean block. Goes out on Lockhaven, though. Good defensive effort, though. Will force the Raiders into a shot attempt with only 11 seconds on the shot clock. Smith will get the inbound again. He'll take a jumper. Knocks it in. 8-point game. Jaden Smith now with 9 points. Leads the Raiders in scoring along with Donovan Hill at 9 points. Now he swipes in and gets a steal. Tries to get it behind the back pass. Doesn't. Corrals it over to Timmy Connor. Full court pass. Donovan Hill almost went out of bounds. Frank takes a 3. No good. Donovan Hill gets another offensive board. Jaden Smith, he'll take a three. Nothing. Frank dives in. Jump ball. Stay with the Raiders. No, we'll go to Lockhaven. A little bit of back and forth. We'll stay. It looked like Frank had the board. Defensive effort, though, by Lockhaven. They were able to get the jump ball. Eli Washington advancing. Next stoppage of play, we'll have a media timeout. Blake Deegan into Coleman. Spin move on Donovan Hill. Layup was rolled in and out. Raiders have a chance to cut in this lead. Martin to Frank. Driving in, Timmy Connor to Hill. Nifty move. Donovan Hill layups goes. 6-point lead for Lockhaven. Washington. 6 points on 2 of 4 shooting. Foul's called on the floor. That is Trey Martin's first foul, and that will head to give us into our first media timeout of the second half. 15:05 to go. The second half. Lockhaven's up 46-40 here on the PSAC Sports Digital Network.
The PSAC Digital Network is on the cutting edge of live event production and streaming. Every season, the PSAC Digital Network features nearly 2,000 contests and over 1 million unique viewers and over 26 million minutes watched of thrilling PSAC competition, including 22 PSAC championship tournaments and events. Since its beginning in the 2017-18 season, the PSAC Digital Network has continued to grow its viewership and improve its quality every year in order to capture exciting highlights, captivating moments, and the championship experience that only the PSAC can offer. All 17 PSAC member institutions have complete cost-free online portals that makes tuning in to your favorite teams just one click away. Find it all on the web at PSACSportsDigitalNetwork.com.
Welcome back. Lockhaven is ready to resume play. Raiders taking a little bit of more time there. Taking full advantage of the media timeout, going over plays and defensive formations. Eli Washington will inbound. Kevin Coleman receives. Back to Washington. Into Stewart. Thought about the jumper. Sends it out to Blake Deegan, who gets an open three. Blake Deegan is now 3 of 5 shooting. 2 of 4 from 3. 8 points to go along with it.
Corner! Double!
Frank to Hill. Back to Connor. Thought about a 3. Doesn't take it. Spin move by Marcus Frank. Layup's no good. Donovan Hill almost had the offensive board. Isaiah Stewart came over, trying to corral it, but ends up stepping out of bounds. Will stay with the Raiders.
Hey, stay tight!
Connor to inbound to Smith. Back to Connor. Frank calling for it in the paint. Number 32, Bryson Scott, gets called for the foul. Once again, we'll stay with the Raiders. Resets the shot clock. Back to 20. And this time it goes to Trey Martin. Connor against Washington. Takes it deep 2. No good. Another foul. Another foul. This one's on Blake Deegan. Once again, Timmy Connor will head back to the end line to inbound once again. Smith working against Stewart. Looked like he was trying to get it over to Connor, but Eli Washington was just in the way. Another open look for Deegan. No good. Donovan Hill gets the board. To Smith. Trey Martin trying to drive into the paint. Blocking foul called. I believe that was on Deegan. That was with his third foul.
How's he shooting at?
And they called a shooting foul. Coach Nestor is arguing his case or asking why it's a shooting foul. So Dylan Scott will stay by the scorer's table. Will now come in for Deegan. Trey Martin hits the first. Martin knocks down the second. Down to a 7-point game. Eli Washington guarded closely by Connor. Over to Stewart. Receives a screen. Open look for Dylan Scott. No good. Eli Washington gets the offensive board, knocks down the jumper. Another foul. This one's on Bryson Scott. That is his third foul. Fifth team foul on Lockhaven. Laquan Bird coming back into the game. Lockhaven is now dealing with a little bit of foul trouble. Could be what the doctor ordered for the Raiders to get back into this game. Connor driving against Washington. Gets the layup to go. Down to 7 points. Connor guarding Washington. Washington was trying to adjust his shoe and almost got called for the 5-second violation, but was able to get it in. Isaiah Stewart, open look from three. Knocks it in. Lockhaven has found a way to respond every time the Raiders get a bucket. And this time Trey Martin gets called for the charge. Isaiah Stewart was able to get set under the paint. And Martin was trying to get over to Marcus Frank for a potential three there in the wing. But instead it will head back to Lockhaven. Cleaning up under the basket here. Making sure it's not slick, and player safety is a top priority. Washington. Over to Stewart. Dylan Scott just trying to barrel his way in. Figueroa gets a block. Timmy Connor over to Donovan Hill. Back to Connor. He'll take a deep three. That was from the Raider logo, but Marcus Frank gets an offensive board. No foul is called, much to the dismay of Coach Fight. Donovan Hill stops the Eli Washington from barreling down the court with a foul of his own. Fifth foul on the Raiders. Both teams at 5 fouls apiece this half. Dylan Scott gets it into Washington. Stewart gets tipped. Holds on to it. Tipped again, out of bounds. We'll take a break. 11:52 to go in the second half. Lock Haven is up by 10, 54-44 here at Highgate Fieldhouse on the PSAC Sports Digital Network.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
To help me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Welcome back. You'll see on your screen now. Maybe. There we go. We see the block by Figueroa, just swiping it down right before our media timeout. And Figueroa is just a great defensive presence. He actually has 5 blocks on the game so far. Kevin Coleman gets an easy layup and the AM1 attempt. Isaiah Stewart will get credited for the assist. Foul on Trey Martin, his third. And that is also Figueroa's career high in blocks. He had 4 blocks on 2 occasions, or I believe this season, I should say. The AM1 attempt is no good. That's the first miss from the line. But Figueroa had 4 blocks on 2 occasions, and now he has 5, so I believe that might be a career high for him. His defensive presence has been being felt so far. Frank loses the handle on the ball. We'll return back to Lock Haven. That was a great up and under play by Idris Ali. Gets the layup. 14-point lead forces Coach Fight to use another timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Score is gone final. ESU wins 89-67 over Millersville. Will actually be a media timeout, so we will step aside real quick. Yeah, we'll take a quick break, and that they have moved it from a 30-second timeout to a media timeout, so we'll be back here on the PSAC Digital Network.
When we first found out we were pregnant with twins, we were both super excited to start this journey. At 16 weeks, we learned that one of our babies may not survive. One was swimming in a pool of fluid and one had no fluid, which was putting their survival at risk. The team at UPMC cared for our girls even before they arrived. I'm so happy to have 2 beautiful, healthy baby girls. We didn't choose to have twin-to-twin transfusion, but we did choose UPMC.
Back again at Highgate Fieldhouse after another media timeout. Again, for our baseball enthusiasts tuning in, it looks like Shippensburg has defeated Catawba 14-8. Catawba was the number 3 preseason team in Division II, I believe. They have fallen to 3-3. I believe Shippensburg is now 1-1. Back in basketball action, Shepherd is up 50-42 over Bloomsburg. 13:23 to go in the second half over there. We resume action here. Jalen Bowie has come back into the game. Open look for Donovan Hill. He knocks down a 3. That's a great response for the Raiders after a 7-0 run over the last 90 seconds for the Bald Eagles. Isaiah Stewart trying to work against Figueroa. Coleman against Smith now. Jalen Bowie. Smith. Donovan Hill gets called for a foul. Coleman makes the layup. Get another AM1 attempt. This is Donovan Hill's third foul of the afternoon. Coleman misses the free throw. Donovan Hill gets the rebound. Over to Frank. Blocking foul is called this time. Stewart wanted the charge. This time it's a blocking foul. That'll be Stewart's second foul. 17 points for Stewart. Coleman has 13 points. Marcus Frank will head to the line. Stewart's also pleading his case with the official right now, as it looked like it was a clean set, but officials called a charge. So Frank will be the benefactor of this and shoot two. Knocks the first one down. Trying to once again cut into this Bald Eagle lead. They've been slowly pulling away from the Raiders. Frank misses the second. A little bit of chaos. Raiders aren't able to get the board. Open look for Kevin Coleman. Spins around the rim. Misses a three. Jalen Bowie over to Donovan Hill. He'll take a three. That one's no good as it heads over the backboard. Zoom play. Ali gets the ball off of a screen. Working against Figueroa. And he gets the layup to go. Figueroa trying to get another block. But Ali is just nifty. He was able to find his way around as Figueroa gets an easy layup onto the bucket. A little bit of a defensive breakdown, it seems like, for Lock Haven, as Coach Nestor is not happy with that defensive possession for his Bald Eagles. Quan Bird did knock down a three, but he had stepped out of bounds, so will not count. He'll head back to the Raiders. The Raiders also have 17 fouls that I'm just noticing, so they are now in the bonus, or Lock Haven is now in the bonus. One more foul committed by Lock Haven, and then the Raiders will now be in the bonus for the rest of the game. Jalen Bowie will take a three. He'll knock it down. Raiders have started to wake up from behind the arc. Now have made 7 threes on the afternoon. Ali gets it to Coleman. Ali takes the three. No good. Bird gets an offensive board. And the layup. Lock Haven is getting whatever they want right now on the floor. Jalen Bowie gets a foul called. Lock Haven is 5 of their last 7 from the floor. After that missed three and then the layup of the offensive board. Idris Ali gets called for the foul, the shooting foul. I'll send Jalen Bowie to the line. He'll knock down the first. Makes it a 10-point game. And the second makes it a 9-point game. Single digits once again. After shooting 3 of 8 from the line on the first half, Raiders are now 5 of their last 6. Lock Haven players are arguing that Bowie tipped it, but will stay with the Raiders. Both teams in the bonus. Jalen Bowie working against Ali. 9-point game. Figueroa almost lost the handle. Gets triple teamed, and the ball swiped away by Dylan Scott. Jaquan Bird driving in. Back out to Ali. To Stewart. Dylan Scott gets Bowie up in the air. His jumper's no good. Smith gets the rebound. Jalen Bowie takes a jumper. He knocks it in. Down to a 7-point lead for Lock Haven. Coach Nestor calls a timeout. And with 7:46 left in the second half, Lock Haven up 7. We've hit our media timeout. So we'll be back on the PSAC Digital Network after this quick break.
I pledged.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
.740 to go here at Huggies Fieldhouse in the second half. Raiders are 3 of their last 3 from the 4, trying to cut back into this Lock Haven lead. Ali driving in, gets the foul in the bucket. Gets it on Jalen Bowie. That is now Bowie's first foul. Ali's basket is good. I believe he's now up to 8 points, and he'll have an AM1 attempt. And that one rattles in. Bowie. Donovan Hill. Back to Bowie. Receives a screen. Drives in the jumper. In and out. Frank gets the offensive board. He'll drive in. Blocking foul's called. Marcus Frank gets the bucket as well. That is on Dylan Scott. Marcus Frank misses the first. Figueroa gets the offensive rebound, though. Bowie takes a 3. Rattles in and out. Marcus Frank gets an offensive board. He'll get called for a travel. He found the bucket on that third attempt, but he gets called for a travel instead. Your score will stay 67-59.
Watch your back, Idris. Charlotte.
Ali hands it off to Coleman, and back and forth they go. Stewart gets an open look. Figueroa. Ali working in. He just slips down. Figueroa is able to get the possession. Sends it out to Bowie. Smith takes a 3. He'll knock it in. 5-point game. Lock Haven leads. Raiders are slowly creeping back into this. Stewart gets it into Ali. He's in trouble. 8 to shoot. Stewart against Figueroa. Ali, open look. Off Coleman gets the rebound. Laquan Berg gets the layup to go. Gets it back up to a 7-point lead. Hill to Bowie. To Smith. Into Frank in the paint. Trying to get in. Layup's no good, but he gets his own miss. No good again. will go to Lock Haven. A couple subs coming back in. Eli Washington, Blake Deegan, Bryson Scott all coming back in. All the starters back on for Lock Haven. 3 starters out on the court for the Raiders, Smith, Frank, and Hill. Along with Bowie and Figueroa. And that ball got tipped. He'll have 12 to shoot. Had to go all the way from the other end of the court. This time he loses the handle. Marcus Frank using his speed, trying to work in. The layup rolls around the entire rim and falls back out. And this time Coleman gets the layup to go. So once again, Lock Haven finding a way to answer, pushing their lead back up to 9. Marcus Frank over to Bowie. And that ball was tipped. Eli Washington takes it. He'll get another bucket. Coach Fight will take another timeout. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside real quickly. We'll be back after this ad break here on the PSAC Digital Network.
The second you arrive at Shippensburg University, you'll realize that SHIP is in. From the classroom to the quad, at SHIP, you'll make the connections you need to succeed, and we're here to support you every step of the way. Discover mentorships, internships, and leadership opportunities that will set you apart. And of course, lifelong friendships. Everything you need starts and ends with SHIP.
Back at Haggis Fieldhouse. 4:27 left to go in the second half. 6-0 run by Lock Haven over the last 88 seconds of game time. Shot 3 of their last 3 from the floor, and a scoring drought by the Raiders in the last 2 minutes. What was a 3-point game, or a 5-point game I should say, is once again blossomed back out. Oh yeah, no, it was a 3-point game. 3-point game is back out. Every time the Raiders have cut the lead down to about 4 to 6 points, Lock Haven has been able to find an answer and get it back out to 8, 9, 10 points. With 4:27 left, Raiders are going to have to find an answer somehow to their offense. Get back into this game. Smith. Over to Donovan Hill. Bowie. Trey Martin has come back into the game for Marcus Frank. Donovan Hill tried to get into Figueroa, but good heads-up play by Blake Deegan to be able to tip that ball and force a turnover for the Bald Eagles. Coleman working against Trey Martin. Figueroa trying to come in for the block, but Coleman gets the layup to go. Back up to a 13-point lead. Bowie takes a jumper. Rattles in and out. Figueroa had the offensive board, but doesn't get it. Foul's called. That is on Bowie. His second. And with that, that's 9 team fouls, so another 1-and-1 opportunity for the Bald Eagles, and one more foul will put Lock Haven in the double bonus. Timmy Connor is back into the game. First one's good. Free throw shooting has been great for Lock Haven today. 10 of 12. Chance to make it 11 of 13. And he does. 11 of 13 on free throw shooting. Now a 10-0 run of the last 2.5 minutes, and perfect 4 for 4 in their last field goal attempts. Shippensburg, on the other hand, their last 4 in a scoring drought of nearly 3 minutes now. Jaden Smith takes a jumper, breaks the scoring drought. Makes it a 13-point game. Bald Eagles have 18 fouls, so another one-on-one opportunity for the Raiders before they head into the double bonus. Stewart takes a fadeaway jumper. Donovan Hill gets the board. Jaden Smith driving in, gets the layup to go. Raiders are trying to say they're not out of it yet. Down 11 with 2:40 to go. Timmy Connor gets called for the foul. With 10 team fouls, that will send Lock Haven in the double bonus. So they will be shooting 2 the rest of the way. Timmy Connor's third sends Eli Washington to the line. He'll miss the first. Donovan Hill was ready to run down the court, but guess did not realize that it's 2 shots. Second by Washington. No good again. Smith gets the board. Keeps the Raiders alive, down 11. Donovan Hill working in, gets it to Martin. Jaden Smith. He'll take another jumper. He'll knock it in. 9-point lead for Lock Haven. Over to Coleman. Washington working against Connor. Open 3. Rattles in and out for Bryson Scott. Donovan Hill gets the rebound. Keeps the Raiders alive with 2 minutes. Donovan Hill takes a 3. He'll knock it in. 6-point game with 1:53 left. Isaiah Stewart. Guarded by Jaden Smith. Over to Coleman to Washington. Gets a screen and open look for Deegan. He misses. Donovan Hill gets another board. He'll take a transition 3. Off. That will stay with the Raiders. Officials are going to discuss this. And they're going to head over and review it. Nope, they are not going to review it. It's actually Lock Haven's ball. A little bit of confusion. Now it looks like they will go over and review this. A quick 9-0 run over the last 157 for the Raiders. 4 of their last 5 shooting from the floor. Scoring drought of 2 minutes, 13 seconds for the Bald Eagles have made this a 6-point game. And if this stays with the Raiders, they'll have a chance to make it a 1-score game with a 3. Both teams are likely discussing every situation that could happen here, depending on who gets this ball. The Raiders, after being a little bit woeful from behind the arc, are now shooting 9 of 23. Actually, statistically shooting better from behind the arc than Lock Haven. The Raiders have hit 9 threes to Lock Haven's 8. The free throw shooting, though, and it will be Lock Haven's ball with 1:21 left to go.
You can't run.
Free throw shooting, though, for Shippensburg, another just mishap on the day. Only 8 of 15 from the line, while Lock Haven's 11 of 15. The Raiders are going to full court press now. And getting into Washington. He's going to run down the court. Easily gets it over. Bryson Scott. Intercepted by Trey Martin. Will stay with Lock Haven, but great defensive hustle by Trey Martin. 1:12 left in the game, 22 on the shot clock. Getting into Stewart. Any points here for Lock Haven would likely snuff out any chance that the Raiders have in completing this comeback. 10 to shoot. Stewart driving in. Contested shot. Trey Martin gets the defensive board. Timmy Connor has it. Over to Donovan Hill. Timmy Connor gets it back to Hill. He'll take a deep three. In and out. And they will foul Stewart. For the Raiders, that is a shot that you need to fall in to be able to stay alive in this game. Is Isaiah Stewart might be able to put this game out of reach now. 2 shots. He's been perfect from the line today. 6 of 6. Makes it 7 of 7. Now has 20 points as well. On 5-11 shooting, he's knocked down 3 trays. He's also picked up 4 rebounds and 4 assists. He'll knock the second down. $30 left in the game. Timmy Connor gets a jumper to go. Keeps it a 6-point game.
Hey, can he still run? Can he run?
We'll reset this inbounds pass. Washington falls down. Coach Nestor calls timeout. Could have been a potential foul on Timmy Connor as well, as Washington fell to the floor, but no, Nestor is able to get the timeout called. He'll still have, both teams will have one left. 6-point game. The Raiders at this point are going to have to force a turnover here on the inbounds pass if they want to have a chance. Because without Lock Haven has been shooting at the charity stripe, you do not want to send them there. They are shooting 13 of 17. Good for 76.5%. It is up from their season average at 70% even. The Raiders, 8 of 15, only 53%, down from their 67% shooting percentage. So I have to wonder if they get that, if they get some of those free throws in, it'd be a lot closer of a game. As fouls called on Jaden Smith. Will send Isaiah Stewart back to the line. Probably the one person you didn't want to have over at the line, as he is 8 of 8. He'll make the first, up to 22 points. And the second. Ice in his veins today, 22 points and 10 from the line. Jaden Smith gets a quick layup. Keeps it 6 points. Another foul. Raiders are trying to stay alive at this point as Coleman's fouled. This arguably is the person that you do want to foul in this situation, as he is 0 of 2 from the line. Nearly 21 seconds, 20.9 left in the game. Coleman will take his first. He'll knock the first one down. Makes it a 7-point game. Knocks the second down. Up to 8 points. Raiders trying everything they can. Connor misses the layup, and Coach Fight will call the dogs off, as that will be the game. No need to foul anymore, as their final score for game 2, 83-75. Lock Haven Bald Eagles win over the Shippensburg Raiders. Lock Haven improves to 12-10 on the season, 9-7 in the conference. They've now won 5 of their last 6.